What's going on, guys? 24/7 Tech here, and in this video we'll be going over Tesla's full self-driving package, if you should buy it or if you should add it on to your existing Tesla, Model 3, Model S, X, or Y. And being an owner of a Tesla Model 3 for almost 2 years now, I've first-handedly seen all of these improvements that Tesla's been making for the full self-driving package. And at the beginning of it, it barely had any upgrades, but now it has so many different features that Elon Musk has introduced with their new Teslas that I could talk about these things for hours, but I'll try to shorten it down in a video for you guys. So let's just focus on the Autopilot full self-driving portion of the Tesla for today's video. Before we go further on in this video, please subscribe down below. Every subscriber makes a difference, and I think that I have a lot of potential to grow, and you guys can be part of this tech journey with me. Also, check out the articles that I create on Medium. Go to the link medium.com/@247tech for 24/7 Tech, of course, and you can see the awesome articles that I make, and it's extra tech content for you guys. But for now, let's head on with the video. So let's get some background information or like prerequisites out of the way here. If you guys have been paying attention to Elon Musk on Twitter, or if you've been reading the latest Tesla articles, in the middle of May, he tweeted about the full self-driving package. So he said that on July 1st, the price for the package would be increased by $1,000 from $7,000 to $8,000. Those are huge numbers, by the way. And Elon Musk has also tweeted previously that full self-driving will keep increasing in price as we go on, on years, months on. We'll be probably seeing, $8,000, $9,000, $10,000, $11,000, and slowly it's going to start getting real expensive to buy that full self-driving package. And it's probably because as Elon Musk keeps adding features, he probably wants people to pay more money for that because it took a lot of money to develop those features, of course. And all new Teslas already come with, hardware for these new full self-driving packages. But to get that, software enabled, you have to pay that $8,000 or maybe in the future 10, 12, 14, who knows, but we just have to wait and see. Before we go on to the full self-driving package, I wanted to highlight all of the standard features that you get with Autopilot today. Okay, there are three main, different features that I can talk about, but the first one is auto steer / auto acceleration. This is really important when you're on a highway. The car will just, keep cruising. It'll slow down, speed up when the traffic is getting heavier and when it gets less dense, and also steer along the highway. And it's really useful if you're going for a long trip, 200, 300 miles. I remember when I went to Canada last year, it was really useful. We just hit on Autopilot for hours on out, and it did amazing. You just have to, hold the steering wheel sometimes though, but it's still a great feature. Another feature that you do get with the standard Autopilot is an automatic braking system, and this is useful if there's an object in your way, if pedestrians are accidentally crossing through, and you just need to suddenly brake, and we can process it as fast as computers can, and they process information really fast. And the automatic braking system's more of a safety feature than a convenience feature, but it's always nice to have. But it's not something that's just particular to Tesla. A lot of cars have it these days. And these three features in general have been on Teslas for a long time now, and they're not something new that Tesla just added or something, but they are still really useful, and they're like the fundamentals of Autopilot, you could say. But the cooler, more futuristic features are coming later in this video. So let's get on to the massive list of full self-driving features. Let's start off with my personal favorite one, Navigate on Autopilot. I call it Nav on Autopilot for short, and this is a really useful feature because you can overtake slower cars when, the car in front of you is just going 50 miles an hour on a 75 mile per hour speed limit. You want to overtake that car, and Autopilot can do that by itself now with Nav on Autopilot. It'll also switch lanes to go into the faster lane, take exits, merge onto different highways. So if you're on like an I-270, you can get onto the other highway by taking the exit, and that can all be done through Autopilot. Before, you'd have to disengage it, merge through the exit, get onto the different highway, and then engage Autopilot on again. But Nav on Autopilot kind of synchronizes that whole transition, and it's a really great feature. So the next feature is automatic lane change, and this is like Nav on Autopilot. This is part of Nav on Autopilot. Both of these features kind of synchronize together because the car changes lanes if you have the max speed set to 80 miles per hour and you're only going 74, 75. It changes into the different lane to go that cap speed limit, and it's really useful for not just that use case, but if there's something in the way, the car knows when to change lanes to get into a faster lane if there's a slow car, and it also gets into the high lane if it wants to, which is a great feature. The next feature that I'm going to talk about is Autopark, and that's a feature that we've seen for a while now in Teslas. I think it was released in 2016, but it's really useful when you're in a parking lot and there's a cramped space. First of all, I wouldn't recommend parking there in the first place, but if that's the only spot you have in along a lot of spots, you can always use Autopark, and that's a useful feature when, you know, you just go in front of the parking lot, and then you'll see a little P next to the parking slot. And if you go into the reverse of the car, you can just press start and the car will park by itself for you, which is a great feature. It's mostly useful in, you know, cramped parking lots because it does take a while instead. But if you have a huge parking lot, just swerve into it and take it. And this also works in parallel parking, by the way, which a lot of people actually struggle on when they're driving. And if you're one of those drivers, the Tesla's Autopark feature will save you. The next, and in my opinion, the biggest feature is Smart Summon on this list. If you guys remember back then, we used to have a feature called Summon. It was useful to get your car out of the parking lot or get it out of the garage so that you can go in like a huge space instead of cramping in and then going in. It was really useful for people who had smaller garages because they could just, you know, the Tesla would accurately get out of the garage, they'd go hop in the car, go to work, go outside, get some groceries, do whatever you need to do. Smart Summon takes us to a different level. There's two parts to Smart Summon. The first one is called a Come to Me option, and it's literally what that means. The car comes to you, and I like this feature when it's raining, when it's snowing, or the weather conditions aren't great, and you have a bunch of groceries in your hand. The Smart Summon feature is amazing because you can just say come to me, the car will roll up in front of the entrance, and you can hop in, put your groceries, hop in fast, and you don't have to get all wet. And nobody likes getting in their car rainy and wet. The second thing you can do is tell the car to go somewhere, and you can pick a point on the map that it shows in the app, and the car will go to that point. I don't really use that feature much often, but if you are someone who could take advantage of that feature, the Tesla has it. There are also traffic lights and stop sign detection. So when you're driving, you know, you have Autopilot engage on the local road, and you're just going and a stoplight or a stop sign comes and you forget to stop, the Tesla stops for you, which is a great feature because some people used to keep going and then collision, car crashes, you know. It's not Autopilot's fault really, you know, you're supposed to stop. You're not even supposed to really use it before this feature, of course, on local roads. But it's now like a safety measure and a convenient thing. And I'm pretty sure on stoplights, when there's a red light and it turns back into green, the Tesla keeps going straight, which is even better. I don't think this is on a stop sign, but if it is, comment down below if it does do that, but I'm pretty sure it doesn't do that. And I'll tie on to this in the next feature, which is coming in the future. It's called Auto Steer on city streets, and if you, as you see in the picture I just showed, it shows that on Tesla's website saying upcoming, there's going to be auto steer in the future, and I think that this is going to be kind of city street driving, like local roads driving. So if you need to take a right on a stoplight and, you know, swerve through local roads, because more Autopilot's mostly used on highways these days, but on local roads, you know, if you need to go somewhere to groceries, maybe you could go on the normal road, and if you need to take a right, the Tesla will do it for you. You keep going straight, at a stop sign it stops, when, you know, after a couple seconds it keeps going, after everything is clear, and it takes you, you know, a left or a right into the grocery store. And then maybe you could even just get out of the car, press the button on the map, tell it to park in that parking lot, you go take your groceries, you say car, come to me. All of these features really integrate with each other, and that's the beauty of a Tesla and the full self-driving that it has. It's all these small features that, you know, are really cool, but once you really piece them together, it makes a huge concept. And Tesla's honestly close to a level 4, maybe level 5 autonomous system, and I really hope what Elon Musk tweeted saying a level 5 autonomy system is coming pretty soon, end of 2020. I doubt it. I think it's still going to take a while for them to reach that level, but it looks promising. You know, maybe they can combine all of these amazing features to make something great. We'll have to keep you updated. So before we end this video, I want to talk quickly about pricing. This will cost you $8,000 today, but I really truly believe that it will be much more expensive in the future. I'm thinking when it, you know, Tesla really reaches that level 5 autonomy system, this would be close to $15,000. And looking on the track that Tesla's been increasing the prices, it went from $3,000 when I bought it to $5,000 to $6,000 to $7,000 to $8,000 now. So these prices only are going up. They're never gonna come down. And when you want a Tesla, I think the best thing to do is buy one today, because the prices are gonna keep getting expensive. And the short version of this whole video is, yes, buy full self-driving. It's what makes a Tesla, in my opinion. Those over-air updates, that, you know, that kind of feeling that you get when you have a new feature on your Tesla. It's like an iPhone software update. You know, when iOS 14 came out, it was like a new feel, like a breath of fresh air for the iPhone. And that's the same thing like a Tesla. It feels new every time that software update comes. And that's what makes a Tesla special, those over-air software updates, that awesome self-driving features, everything combined. The Tesla is one of the best cars that you can buy today. Thanks for watching, guys. Please subscribe down below. Every subscriber makes a difference, and I'll catch you guys in the next video. See ya.